61 from Morton, was first diagnosed with breast cancer back in 2006. After being cancer-free for 9 years, she was recalled following a mammogram and given the shattering news that it was back, but this time in her other breast. Having recovered in 2022, Jo faced a further blow when she was diagnosed with melanoma after a mark on her arm raised concerns. Now in remission for the third time and calling herself one of the lucky ones, the mum of two who has 6 grandchildren is taking part in a neon glowing nighttime walking event for Cancer Research UK, and I'm absolutely delighted to say that Jo joins me on the line now. Good morning to you, Jo.
Good morning.
Great to have you on the show and lovely to share your story and also this event. Just let me ask you first of all, how are you?
At the moment I'm fine, yes, in remission. So I currently have sort of 3 monthly skin checks and six monthly CT scans, which I'm due on in a few weeks actually. So, it's always a little bit of a worry time, but yeah. But yes, I'm really well.
Take us right back, Jo, to that very first diagnosis. Can you remember how you felt at the time?
Oh gosh, I don't think you ever forget, do you? If you've been in that position. Massive shock. I'd gone to the GPs I'd found a little lump, which I just mentioned as I was on my way out the door, actually, at the GPs, because I'd gone for something else. And, obviously referred straight away to the breast clinic. And then went for my appointment, and all on the same day had a biopsy, the results from the biopsy, told that I had cancer, and had a pre-op all on the same day. So I came out clutching a load of leaflets and in total shock, as you can imagine.
What was the support like that you got, both in terms of medical support and the emotional support as well?
Well, you obviously were assigned, to the Macmillan team, who are fantastic. I've got to say they're always there on the end of the phone if you need them. I'm very fortunate. I have a really great support network around me, family, my colleagues at work. I work for Wirral Council, part of a small team. They've just been fantastic, so supportive. My bosses at work have been brilliant. And I've got, my church family, fabulous as well, really supportive. Lots of praying went on, I've got to say. That first time I did have chemotherapy, and, if anyone's ever gone through chemo, it's not a pleasant experience. My faith did help me through, I've got to say. I am very blessed, I've got to say, I really am.
Yeah, I can hear that, Jo. And then, you were free of cancer for such a long time, and then you received bad news twice. How did that feel, Jo?
Well, you just sort of think, oh my goodness. It is, again, a massive shock, because it was 9 years. I was going for yearly mammograms, and it was something that just showed up. Because I had no idea at all. Even when I went back for my recall appointment, I just thought they wanted to redo the mammogram, to be honest. So when he arrived and they said, we found something, had a biopsy that day, it was another huge shock. Fortunately, that one hadn't spread, so I didn't need chemo, because I was thinking, I just never could go through that again, because it's a very difficult process, and hats off to anyone who has to go through it more than once. So yes, it was another massive shock. But, I think being positive is so important. I never ever thought that I wouldn't be here. Do you know what I mean? So it was, I just thought you just have to get on and get through it. Again, fantastic support network I have around me, which is great. And it's great to meet people actually who've been through the process and are further on than you. And I just hope that I can inspire people who are going through or newly diagnosed, because it's not the death sentence it once was, And that is, that's what Cancer Research UK does. They're always, improving treatments, developing treatments, and things have changed even from the first time I had breast cancer to the second time. The radiotherapy was much better, it's much shorter. So this is what we need the funding for, isn't it?
Well, and that's very timely for us to come on to this event, which is being organised by Cancer Research UK, the 10K Shine Night Walk. Tell us about it, Jo.
Well, this is just, it's a fabulous 6 miles walk around Liverpool, and taking you on all the sites actually on the way, which is great. It's open to anybody, any ability. What's brilliant about this, I think, it's not a race. And I won't be racing. I'm a quite portly 61-year-old with a bit of a dodgy knee. So, I will be in the strollers at the back. I can't remember the last time I walked 6 miles, I've got to say. But do you know what? What's great about these events is everybody's in it together, aren't they? There's a fantastic atmosphere, and it kind of it sees you through, doesn't it? It's just going to be brilliant. So, currently, you just need to, if you want to sign up, you're getting 30% off your sign-up fee at the moment for the next 2 weeks. So that's brilliant. It starts at the 8 o'clock, on September the 6th, round Liverpool. If you miss that one, there is actually another one in October in Manchester, which is quite close by, isn't it? So. But it's great. It's for all abilities. It's just a walk. It's not a run. It's, and anybody can do it. I just think if I can do it, anybody can do it.
I mean, it's a great way. And also, there'll be all sorts of people there. There'll be people who've maybe been touched by cancer, people who have had cancer like yourself, their families, and there'll be a real sort of community feel about it as well, won't there?
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, I've been taking part in a few events, and it's just lovely. You just, you're kind of all there for a particular reason, really, aren't you? I don't know anybody that doesn't, hasn't been affected by, knowing somebody that's had cancer or had it themselves. It seems to be so prevalent at the moment. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and you just hear about it more, I don't know. But it's really, we've lost family members. My youngest brother was 43, died of bowel cancer. And the second youngest brother is undergoing a procedure today. Actually, he's also had cancer. I've lost much loved aunts and uncles, and it just seems to be almost like another pandemic, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm just looking at the route actually here, Jo. It is a fabulous route, isn't it? Starting at the pier head.
It's great, isn't it?
Going right up to the cathedrals and around the playhouse and the town hall. It's fabulous. It's a great route.
It's great. I know. It takes in many of the iconic sort of landmarks, doesn't it, in Liverpool, which is brilliant on the way.
Does.
And there's lots of stewards and everything, that guide you along the way. And and it's fun as well because, when I've ordered a lovely lights up set, we've got lots of neon flashing lights and everything for I've got a little team that I've got around me. When you set up, when you sign up, when you go onto it because you automatic sort of set up a Just Giving page, and you can set up a little team, which is what I've done. So we're sort of raising money as a team, which is really great.
That is really good. And, it's all in aid of Cancer Research UK. And you said it yourself, Jo, that, you had a period of some years between the two diagnoses and treatments had changed even in that relatively short time. And that will have been down to money raised for the likes of Cancer Research UK.
Yeah.
So it's so important.
Oh, it's great. I mean, looking at the money that was raised last year, over £100,000 was raised by the Liverpool Walk last year. And you just think, it's fantastic. And what's great is the money stays in Liverpool because we've got, the Cancer Medicine Centre in Liverpool, which are involved in research. So you think, yes, it doesn't sort of go off to somewhere down south or, it sort of stays in the area.
Yeah.
And I just think we're doing this. It's not even for us. It's for our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, because if we don't have research, things don't improve. We don't ever find a cure. So, I'm just sort of passionate about thinking about, even if it's not for me, it's for my descendants,
Jo, it's a fabulous thing you're doing. Well done. We'll give the details again in just a few moments. But just before we let you go, Jo, there will be people listening now who may be awaiting to go for a mammogram or a test or whatever, or they may have just heard that they've got cancer. What would you say to them, Jo?
I would just say, don't let it define the rest of your life. Do you know what I mean? Don't, go with the treatment. Don't be positive. Don't think that, well, this is the end, because it isn't. It's so treatable now. Not everybody comes through it, but with the improvements that have been made, you are giving your best shot. And I do think attitude of mind and, has a real impact, actually being positive, and get good support around you if you can. And take advantage of the Macmillan nurses who are there, because they are, absolutely brilliant as well. If you've got any questions, always ring them up and ask them. But yeah, be positive.
Jo,
yeah.
Thank you so much for those words. Thank you for coming on today. And I, for one, and I know many other people who've been listening, are delighted that you're still with us. It is great news.
Oh, well, I'm quite pleased myself, to be honest.
Jo, I hope it all goes well. I'll give the details out again in just a few moments, but enjoy the walk as well. I hope it goes well for you. Thanks very much, Jo.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
There we go. Jo Fahy from Morton, as I say, first diagnosed with breast cancer back in 2006, now in remission for the third time. And if you want to get involved in that, it is being held on Friday, the 6th of September. It starts at 8 o'clock in the evening. It's run by Cancer Research UK. And if you just go to Shine Walk, all one word, shinewalk.org, simple as that, you can sign up there. You can even see the route and everything else. It is a fabulous cause for Cancer Research UK. And thank you for Jo Fahy for joining us this morning.